Thursday, the 19th of December 2024. Good morning, everyone. This morning's devotional is a reading from Philippians chapter 3, verse 8, and it reads, "What is more, I consider everything loss compared to the surpassing greatness of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord, for whose sake I have lost all things. I consider them rubbish, that I might gain Christ." When you wake up each day, you need to remind yourself of what counts and what doesn't count. We need to remind ourselves not to be distracted by things that are insignificant and petty. Now you may ask yourself, but why is it important to remind myself of such things like that? Well, here's the thing. It is easy to lose your joy over some small thing. In fact, it's usually the small irritations, not the big issues, that cause people to lose their joy and their happiness. For example, you're driving along and someone cuts you off when you're trying to make a turn. What happens? You immediately lose your joy and your happiness. Or if you bounce out of bed and you go and stand in front of the cupboard and you open it up and you're trying to sort out which clothes to wear and you try one on and it's too small. What happens? You lose your joy and your happiness. It's the little things that sometimes affect people the most, and yet they don't really matter. Paul writes in Philippians chapter 3, verse 7, "I once thought that these things were valuable, but now I consider them worthless because of what Christ has done." What was the most important thing in your life before you met Jesus Christ? Was it your career? Was it making money? I think that's everyone's dream, but was it making money? Or maybe even getting a date or being popular? And then Paul continues in Philippians chapter 3, verse 8, where he says, "All those things are worthless compared with the infinite value of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord." So here's a good question to ask yourself when you are distracted by worthless things. How much will this matter in 100 years, 10 years, or even a year from today? Most things won't even matter tomorrow, much less for eternity. All the things you used to care about don't even compare to the joy that comes from having an intimate and deep relationship with Jesus. When you become a Christian, Jesus changes your values. You no longer want to do the things that you used to do. He changes your wants. My dear friends, when God comes into your life, you learn the joy of knowing Jesus. After all, we have to ask ourselves, what will really be important on our deathbed? The amount of money we have, the amount of success we had in our career, or knowing Jesus in an intimate and personal relationship? Make it count. We need to make it count. May the Lord be with you. May He bless you. May He cause His face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.